Greetings to you, Valdosta First United Methodist Church. My name is Anthony McPhail, and I am so blessed to say that I am the pastor here now. Just started a few weeks ago, and I have jumped in, and I am loving the congregation that I'm slowly getting to know. You know, when I was getting ready to move here, I had conversations with people who were familiar with the church, and they would tell me, oh, you're going to love the sanctuary. It's so beautiful. Or they might say, you're going to love the loft where they have the contemporary service. It's such a great space for worship and ministry. Then when I started getting to know people from the congregation, they would share with me, this is where we sit in the sanctuary, or this is the section we sit in the loft. And I realized that being in this space was so important to this church. Being in this space and in the loft was so important to the families of our congregation. And so you might be wondering, when are we going to gather in this place again? Well, I want to share just for a few minutes where we are in our reopening plan so that you are informed and you don't feel as though it's a moving target where we have to get an email every week about what we're going to do next. First of all, the past couple of months have been interesting to say the least. In the middle of May, we set a target of the end of June being the ideal time for us to reopen with a couple of services with safety and distancing protocols in place. And we were going to do that starting on June the 28th. Well, in the middle of June, things got interesting because cases started rising not only in our area, but around the state and around the country. And we felt that it was not the right time to go forward with our reopening plans. And so we put them on pause, had an outdoor service that Sunday as well. And we've continued to do online worship. And it's been a little bit of evaluate each couple of weeks at a time. We're using a measurement that the CDC and the Department of Health recommends, and that is to evaluate the 14-day average and to look at what cases are doing over the course of 2 weeks to see if they're declining and use that as a metric for when it's safe to reopen in our area. Well, we continue to see the cases are about plateaued, hopefully not going to grow too much more, but we still haven't seen that downturn that we're waiting for. But we want to give you a set plan for what we're planning to do as we get ready to be ready as soon as we can to reopen as normal as possible on Sunday mornings. And in the month of August, we're going to pilot a schedule that we hope will be a stepping stone to getting us back to in-person worship on a regular basis. And here's how it's going to work. On the first Sunday of the month, we are going to have a big outdoor worship experience at the Woods House, just like we've been doing before, but we want to encourage the entire church to come and be a part of this. It's our one opportunity for the month for everybody to worship together. We're going to sing, we're going to celebrate communion, we'll have a message. Starting in August, we're also going to have a set-aside time where the kids can do a safe interaction outside and do a kind of a mini children's church. And so we are so excited about that next step in our reopening plan. For the remaining weeks of the month, we're going to have opportunities for small gatherings here at the church on Sunday mornings. We'll have one at 9 in the loft, at 10 in the fellowship hall, and then at 11 in the sanctuary. And what we're planning on doing is doing it by Sunday school classes and then also grouping people who may not be connected to a Sunday school class and other time slots. And the goal is to give you a chance for the month to come to church at least twice, once outdoors and once in person in those smaller gatherings. Now, we've piloted this a little bit already. On Wednesday nights throughout the month of July, we have been pre-recording the sermons for Sunday morning, and some of you have come and been a part of those, and it's been great to have people in the worship experience with you. We've got one more of those left. I would love for you to come and join us next Wednesday night. We're going to be right here in the sanctuary at 6:30. You can hear the sermon for the upcoming Sunday, and then afterwards we go to the fellowship hall for a time of sharing where I get to hear your story, and it's just a great experience for me to get to know the church better and the people that are a part of it. So mark your calendars if you don't have plans this next Wednesday. We've still got spots for people to come and be a part of that. And so we've been piloting that. It's been going great, and we want to extend that a little bit further, continue to limit the size of gatherings and use those large open spaces so that we can make it safer. Our goal in all of this with the task force that's been charged to make sure reopening happens as safely and as responsibly as possible. Our goal has been from the very beginning to demonstrate love for our church, for our community, and for our members. And so we're going to keep working towards that. We're making tough decisions, but we're doing it with a great deal of love and responsibility to make the best decisions to keep our congregation safe. We know some people, it's too hot, you don't want to come and worship outside. We're actually going to shift the time up a little bit earlier to make that a little easier. And we know some aren't going to come inside because they're still worried about potential risk of being inside. And so that's why we're offering both possibilities in the month, and we hope you'll take advantage of both, but you may only want to take advantage of one or the other. But each and every week we'll continue to have online worship as well, and we will continue to provide opportunities for you to engage with us in the life of the church. We're also going to be reaching out to you. We would love to connect with you. You can contact us at any time through phone, through the email. You can even come by and meet with me during the week. Just set it up with me. I would love to get a chance to get to know you better. But we're going to keep trying to connect in other ways in the meantime. And we hope that we can get back to worshiping as a one full church before long. So let's keep being responsible out there. Let's keep loving each other. But let's stay connected in the process as well, because we are one church that has the privilege of being a part of ministry here at Valdosta First United Methodist Church.